Morning, people. How are we all this morning? I hope you're well. I imagine most of you are in fucking shock. Really don't know what to make of yesterday. To be honest with you, let me get Facebook involved and we'll go through the headlines. Obviously, David and I will do a wee bit more deeper delve into it this afternoon. As I say, we'll get the headlines done first. We'll look at what the papers have got to say about it. That went well. Okay, that's Facebook on board, folks. Anyway, good morning. Start up saying that what happened yesterday didn't make pleasant reading, I can assure you. As you know, folks, right after the spring statement, I downloaded the transcript of the statement, posted it for you guys to read. I downloaded the OBR's assessment of the finances and the economy and the projections going forward. And then I downloaded a raft of a third sector analysis on what happened yesterday. And what I will say is, this is no Labour Party that I recognise. But anyway, let's go on with this. Now we'll get some Facebookers on the door. Morning, Duke. It's Indy Truck Davy out the truck not home in his office in Salisbury, North Lanarkshire, where it is a damp, drizzly morning. It's warm, 12 degrees. Now, right after this broadcast, folks, I need to run down to the bank. I've got the paperwork filled out and get the last of the money for this month out to the third food bank. And we'll give you all the details this afternoon. Okie dokie. Right, first up this morning we have the Metro. So let's put it up. If I can find the bloody thing. Here we go. The Metro has Chancellor under fire again. Anger at Labour's welfare state. I'm going to blow this one up a wee second, folks. I want you to look at the picture of Rachel Reeves there at anger at Labour's welfare state. No half enjoying herself, eh? We'll get a wee bit more of that as we get further into this broadcast. $2 billion defence boost as Reeves reveals benefit cuts which will push 250,000 people into poverty. I say it's more severe than that. That's just the immediate effect. 50,000 of those people who will be pushed into poverty are children. She knew about it in her risk assessment, and yet she's doing it anyway. So since coming to government, maintaining the two-child cap, and this latest attack on the safety net, means that these bastards have deliberately pushed, in this 8 months of being in power, they have deliberately pushed 300,000 children, at least 300,000 children, into poverty or destitution. Do you know, folks, normally each month I am so proud to be able to run down the bank and help the communities out with the generosity of you guys. I really am each month. Yesterday, I put a wee food broadcast out before I went to the bank. Standing in the bank and I'm thinking about what's going on. I'm thinking about that statement. And I was almost in fucking tears. And I mean that. The mere thought of it. The mere thought that these fuckers have deliberately shoved 300,000 children into poverty deliberately. They knew, remember this folks, keep this clear in the forefront of your minds. They knew what they were doing. They knew when they came to power, if they kept the two-child cap in place, it was going to force another 250,000 children into poverty this year, and each year going forward that the cap's still in place. And now they've opted to push a further 50,000 children into poverty. The mind fucking boggles. It boggles. They obviously have no idea what they're doing. Because to be honest with you folks, what they're doing is crippling the future. They are deliberately crippling the future. Right, let's move on. Next up this morning we have the Herald, I believe. No, it's the Scotsman. Let's get the Scotsman up. The stuff in these papers really makes me laugh. And I mean that. Reeves is accused of austerity on stilts as Holyrood braces for cuts. Robertson issues warning. Robertson issues welfare pledge, meaning the Scottish Government's going to try their best to mitigate. Scottish budget set to plunge. And Murray, the Governor-General, the most insignificant little twat ever to enter into politics in the UK, says extra cash this year. Extra cash this year. Extra cash this year. There you go, folks. The extra money that came up the road because they're spending more than the NHS doing that road, apparently that's extra cash this year. When it's no, it's only plugging the fucking hole that was created by that shithole doing that road in the first place. In fact, it's not even doing that. The Scottish Government budget has been cut by 11% since 2016. Think about that, 2016. 11%. Wiped half the Scottish budget. Unfucking believable. So, that was the Scotsman. Next up we have the Express, I believe. Let's see. But you've got to remember the fucking audacity of this paper and the Herald when we get to it, folks. These fuckers were at the forefront of better together, stronger, broad shoulders of the mighty UK, GB. Stay Scotland, stay please, better together, broad shoulders. Tell that to the fucking children that have been shoved into poverty. Tell them where their fucking broad shoulders are. Tell that to the 3.2 million people over the course of this fucking parliament who are going to be shut out of being able to claim any form of sickness benefit. Long-term sickness benefit. They'll be shut out of PIP. They'll be shut out of ESA. Employment Support Allowance for those who are not aware of that. This is fucking fiscal madness. Economic suicide. What's interesting is it's deliberate. And we're seeing the same thing going on across the other side of the pond. I'm going to play you a short video here before I put up the next paper. I'm going to play you a short video where Sir Keir Starmer admits that what he's doing mirrors exactly what the US is doing. So we'll take this down and I'll play you a wee short video, folks, just so you got a fucking fair idea what's going on. Because the chaos that Trump's creating in America, it's been done with a wee bit more panache here, but it's still being fucking done. Let's put this video up for people who haven't seen it.
My message is really simple, that there is no more important relationship for the United Kingdom in defence, in security, in trade, in tech, in finance, and so much more. So we want to strike a new partnership. We share the view that our best best days lie ahead. And, you know, taking out a chainsaw isn't quite my style. But we are stripping away red tape and bureaucracy. We are reforming permitting, getting things built, reducing barriers to investment and growth.
Don't need to listen to the rest of his bullshit, folks. The important bit there was, it's no his style to pull out a chainsaw, but they are stripping away the very essence of how our government functions. The same way that Elon Musk is stripping away the very essence of how the American government functions. And you heard it from the horse's mouth yourself. They're the new. They are deliberately crashing the Western economy. Why they doing it? Obviously, they want to impose something else upon us. What that something else is, I'm no fucking sure. But they definitely want to impose something else upon us. And they're going to weaken us to the point where we're going to accept whatever it is they're going to impose upon us. That's what's happening. That is what's happening. The existing structures of world trade have to be collapsed. Something new's coming, folks, and they want us so weak that we can't fight back. The time to take action is now. No later, but now. Right, next up we have the Scottish Express, the Brit Nat right-wing loony rag, published here in Scotland. Let's get the Express up, we'll see what it's got to fucking say for itself today. Reckless Rachel tanks economy by killing growth. Well, that's the most honest fucking headline that's ever appeared in that rag. But she didn't tank the economy, she's just speeding up what the Tories did. She didn't tank the economy. Brexit. And the blue Tories did that. The red Tories are accelerating it. And there is no fucking difference between them. There is. You know, Brexit and the pandemic. The UK is the only country, if you want to call it a country, let's call it a state, let's call it what it is, a union. The UK is the only one, European-wide, which hasn't quite managed to get back to pre-pandemic fucking trading. Levels. Where GDP has consistently shrunk. Whereas other economies have recovered from the pandemic, we haven't. Right, let's take the Express down. Where are we going next? Next up we have the Telegraph. Let's see what the fucking Telegraph's got for us this morning, shall we? By the way, none of it's pleasant reading. 5 years of record taxes. No, it's no. It's 5 more years of record fucking taxes. Remember what Labour were shouting as the Tories exited stage fucking left? That we had the highest tax burden since the Second World War. Well, guess fucking what? It's about to get bigger again. Now, I said remember that image of Rachel Reeves in the front page of the Metro. Well, this is Rachel Reeves leaving number 11 to go and deliver that spring statement. She's loving the fucking limelight. Look at the cruelty in that fucker's eyes. Smiling while she knows she's heading off to condemn 3.2 million people into poverty over the lifetime of this fucking parliament. Smiling as she heads off to drive another 250,000 people, including 50,000 fucking children, into poverty and destitution. No. Just as well, I'm a proper man. Because if I was anywhere near that fucking creature when it was pulling that smile on its whitey impoverished people, I'd have ripped its fucking head off and stuffed it up its arse But I'm not a violent man anymore. I wouldn't behave like that. But that picture fucking shocks me to my core. Look at it. Look at that sneering, snivelling piece of fucking human robotic shite! Oh, and don't forget she's a war criminal to boot, along with her fucking master Starmer. After all, she's bankrolling the aid to Israel. That picture will be burned in my brain forever. And see they fucking bars behind her. She should be behind them. But with no ornate fucking spikes at the top of a railing. A fucking prison cell door is where this one belongs. It's ain risk assessment. Tell her what she was doing was going to drive fucking millions of people into poverty with her life to this fucking parliament. And look at the bastard smiling on its way to make the delivery of that fucking announcement that they're taking a large chainsaw to the safety net to bust huge fucking holes in it. And you've just watched a video where Starmer admits what they're doing. No chainsaw, but still ripping out the bureaucracy which we all rely on for the state to function properly. Oof. Are you yes yet? Huh? Well, I know there's a lot up. But that's the fucking question that's going to be asked outside. Thanks, Alistair. Rant away, David. I'm no ranting this morning, mate. I'm fucking... This is me calm. This is me calm. I'm no ranting this. The emotions I feel this morning are fucking real. The horror that I feel this morning is fucking real. The sadness. The sadness. Sorry about that dropping off there, folks. It would appear somebody doesn't like what I've got to fucking say this morning. I know I was frozen. Very convenient, huh? There that was the Telegraph. Next up with the Daily Fail. Let's see where it's fucking go. Reeves on the ropes, deluded. She claims to be restoring economic stability and delivering a decade of national renewal. Reality, her growth forecast for this year has been slashed in half, and she's likely to be back for more tax rises in the autumn. Now, the interesting thing about this fucking deluded thing, she's not deluded, it's deliberate. And I mean, it's fucking deliberate. There's no delusion there. Thanks, Cindy Scott. Brian, we have one a baby bank. It was a baby bank that got some of the money this month. We don't see by baby banks. When we go to Glasgow next month and all, it'll be baby banks. There'll be a baby bank there gets. When we go to Edinburgh, a baby bank there gets and all. Because it makes us all sick, Jodie. Makes us all sick. Anyway, the fail we've had. Yeah. As for this deluded, she's not deluded. She's fucking deranged and dangerous. Because Bear this in mind, folks, and I mean bear this in mind. She was warned when they came to power, if they kept the two-child cap to drive 250,000 children into poverty, kept it anyway. She was warned when she took away the winter fuel allowance that people would die. She did it fucking anyway. And she's been warned. In this particular move, that people will die, and that she'll drive 250,000 more people, including 50,000 children, into poverty, and she did it anyway. This one isn't deluded. This one is deranged and fucking dangerous. Remember, folks, they know exactly what they're doing. These things have been risk assessed. But yet done them anyway. Starving children, killing pensioners, killing the sick and disabled. I suppose the one fucking bright side is that the assisted dying bill's not going to make it through the fucking house with this shower of shite in office. Wow. I missed DC Margie Moore's super chat. I'm sorry, folks. Where are we? Andy Scott Ryan, Jordy. It must be way up. Thank you, DC Moore. Have you heard the news about? Yes, I have heard about Christine. We'll talk about it this afternoon. I have heard about Christine. I say we'll talk about it this afternoon. But thanks, DJ. Thanks very much. Hey! So they say she's no fucking deluded, she's dangerous. She's deranged and dangerous. She's been told what the consequences of her actions are, and she's fucking doing it anyway. I'll tell that children will starve, pensioners will die, disabled people will die, mentally ill people will commit suicide. Means fuck all to her. Nothing. Her risk assessments have tell her the consequences of her action, and she hasn't fucking flinched. And you've seen the picture here coming out of number 11 Downing Street. Big smile on her face as she condemns children to poverty, disabled people to poverty. Just to throw on top of fucking starving children and killing pensioners by freezing them. She's dangerous and should be in fucking jail. Why should she be in jail? Because she's got the risk assessments, she knows the damage she's doing, and she doesn't give a fuck. Doesn't give a fuck. Next up, the National. The National has a new era of austerity. Let me fix that fucking headline for the National. Continued era of austerity. It never went away. This one's piling on the fucking misery, but 50,000 children to be plunged into poverty. Flynn, reverse Brexit and rip up fiscal rules. Fucking Stephen fucking dreaming. SNP, tap up millionaires, not disabled people. Greens, climate emergency, totally ignored. Credentials. Oh, that's right, they were thrown under the bus along with a fucking safety net. And apparently McCaskill wins Alba leadership, but beating deputy candidate threatens legal action. Who gives a fuck what the Alba party's doing? Ripping themselves to bits. They were always insignificant. They're still insignificant and will remain insignificant into the far-reaching future. The only parties to break the trend have been these schemes. The Alba Party will be wandering about the wilderness for fucking ever. But as for a new era of austerity, austerity hasn't ended since it was introduced in 2011. It hasn't ended. It didn't end, and it certainly didn't end under these fucking Tory bastards. Next up this morning, we have the Eye. And what's the Eye got for us this morning? It's predicting the fucking future again. Tax hikes and extra cuts on the way as 250,000 people pushed into poverty by benefit squeeze. Rachel Reeves struggles to find any growth, with forecast for 2025 half to 1%, and fears of global uncertainty and Trump's tariffs. Chancellor refuses to rule out tax rises, but is told to expect there is a 50-50 chance she will be forced to hike them in the autumn statement. 800,000 people will lose disability benefits, analysis shows, and 250,000, including 50,000 children, will be pushed into poverty. Growth prospects better in the long term, according to the OBR. Well, actually, I've read the report. That's bollocks. It's absolute bollocks. And here's something else you should know, folks. You'll get the OBR's predictions or forecasts on my timeline on Facebook if you want it. Or if one of your mods can nip out there and get it. What I can tell you is the OBR's projections on the UK economy since George Osborne created the OBR in 2011-2012. They have got nothing fucking right. They have never forecast anything correctly. 144 watching, only 84 likes, 16 to go. Hit the like button, please, folks. It helps the algorithm. And fuck me, we're going to need to raise money. So hit the like button, please. It helps the algorithm. And if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. If you're watching this on Facebook, it's where you normally watch it. That's where your crew is. That's fine. Nip onto YouTube for a minute and hit that fucking subscribe button, but please. Right, what's the other twisted fucking unionist rag in Scotland? And when I talk about that, I'm talking about fucking, when I talk about unionist rags that are published here in Scotland, I'm talking about the Scotsman, the Herald, the Record. The Record's got a fucking doozy this morning, I can assure you. And they stopped for fucking having to bash Labour. After all, the Record is Labour's publication in Scotland. Right, what's the Herald got for us? Let's see what this fucking rancid rags got for us this morning. The Herald, GP services will face cuts unless funding improved. Now they're bashing the SNP. Well, right above it, they've got a spring statement special telling us that the Scottish budget's going to be murdered. And yet they're telling us that GP services are a fucking mess because of SNP mishandling. GP services are no fucking mess. And they've just invested a further 10 million into GP services. But that's not the fucking point. The point is, this unionist rag who fucking threw better together and broad shoulders were faced from 2012 to 2014 has got a cheek to talk about anything going wrong in Scotland. These fuckers were complicit in the state that we find ourselves in. Now they want to slag off Westminster after all this time. No, they don't. I'm going to give you an idea of how the Herald goes about this, shall I? Very soft touch. There was little doubt about most eye-catching moments in the statement. Eh? Eye-catching moments in the statement? You mean mind-fucking-boggling? From civil servants to the vulnerable, how it will affect Scotland. We're not fucking civil servants. That means a tenth of them will be in Scotland. Chancellor's welfare reform sparks Scottish budget crisis. This is the same one that's telling us to fund and put their money into GP services. The fucking hypocrisy in their own front page is enough to drive you in the twist. Savers breathe a sigh of relief, but crunch time on reforms yet to come. Savers don't. They might have dodged the bullet with the ISIS, But people seem to have missed what she did in the autumn statement with pensions. And if you don't know what she did in the autumn statement with pensions, use your search engine. I can't be fucked this morning, really. Yesterday sort of knocked the wind out of me. Hospitality industry slams Reeves for alarming lack of a plan they were looking for. Exemptions to the national insurance changes. And a world of palaces and slums is a powder keg waiting to go off. Well, the slums they're talking about must be in England, because I don't know any slums here in Scotland. We don't have any fucking ghettos here either. But that's the hypocrisy. Look how very gentle this description of the Spring Statement was. How very, very gentle. Enough to make you fucking sick. Fucking Scotsman's editors should be in Boston jail. Right, where we going next? I think next up will be two fucking rags that I don't put up. So the Rancid's cover. Now, it doesn't cover Reeves at all. It's got a couple of SNP bad stories. And then it's got mum's miscarriage. Apparently she lost her baby due to hitting a pothole, which caused her to crash into a barrier. Why wasn't she paying attention enough to see the fucking pothole? That's my question. My question is, why was this young lady not paying enough attention to the road to be able to see a pothole big enough to fucking batter her into a crash barrier and avoid that? What was she doing, taking her eyes off the fucking road? But that's an SNP bad story and all, because one of the other bylines is John Swinney telling them that you've got to tell the council you've got enough money to fill fucking potholes. You know? But as I say, the other headline in that was SNP run GP services into the ground. Right, let's move on. The Scum. The Scum, that's a fucking cracker, this one. The Scum, the Sun has... You know what? I don't normally put this one up, but I'm going to. It's fucking pure comedy gold. Absolute pure comedy gold, this one. Come on, hurry up. I'm waiting the picture loading up. Obviously, my internet connection's fucking slowed down again. Now, here we go. I'm going to put this one up just for a fucking laugh this morning. Here's his son. Abuse campaigner, sex and violence shame. Ran support group while preying on kids. The devil in disguise. Well, actually, the reason why I put this one up, folks, is to make it quite clear to you. The biggest abuser of children on these islands is Westminster. For paedophile MPs to driving children into poverty, starving them, putting their parents into destitution and making them vulnerable to prey, the parents and the children. Westminster is the biggest abuser of children on these islands. Rising rapidly, actually. Better make that 300,000. Since Labour came to power, and it was 4.2 million children in poverty before. So what does that take us up to? 4.5 million children living in fucking poverty. That makes Westminster the biggest abuser of children on these islands. That makes Westminster the biggest abuser of children in these islands. And the biggest single child abuser in these islands at this point in time is Rachel Reeves. Because her choices have driven 300,000 plus children into poverty. And annually, as long as the child cap's in place and as well these fucking austerity cuts go on, she'll be driving another 300,000 per year to the end of the parliament into poverty. That makes her the biggest child abuser on the planet. Or sorry, on these islands. On these islands. But I want you to remember that fucking picture of that smirking, poor excuse for a creature as it left number 11 Downing Street to condemn 250,000 people to poverty, rip the safety net out for under 800,000 people, and deny access to the safety net for 3.2 million people going forward. But when it comes to child abuse, Rachel Reeves at this point in time is the biggest abuser of children probably in Europe, maybe even the world. Let that sink in, folks. The Chancellor of the Exchequer is the no denial. The facts are in front of our faces. In fact, the facts were in the fucking newspapers. She is a child abuser. She's abused mentally and physically. Physically, she's stunting their growth and making them ill. And because of the pressures on their parents, she's making them mentally ill. And actually, she deserves to be in fucking jail. And if I go down the cop shop and make the complaint, they're going to fucking laugh at me. I go down and say, I want Rachel Reeves arrested for child abuse. They're going to laugh at me. But that's exactly what she is doing. She is abusing children. She's not just abusing them mentally, physically. She's also abusing their future. This fucking pains me, folks. This pains me. Right, is the star going to cheer us up this morning? Because there's nothing cheering me up at this point in time. And I don't know why I'm so sad for it. It doesn't fucking affect me. I'm fit, I'm able, I'm financially viable and stable. I don't have any children to worry about, supposedly. I'm worried about them all. I'm worried about their physical health, their mental health, and their future. Every last one of these 300,000 children that she has thrown on the trash heap and trampled on. I'm worried about them all. I'm worried about the ones still to come. I'm worried about the ones that are going to be born today and born tomorrow. And I thought we had it hard in the 80s, in the 90s, where we had to fucking work for everything we had and struggle and scrape, go bust a couple of times, get back up on your feet. All of a sudden I think I've done well with life. Let's see what the stars go for us this morning, folks, before I break into fucking tears. Don't look up, it's peak scumbag seal time. Bombs away! That's what we need. And as she Liz Truss in disguise, Lettuce 2.0 shreds the economy. For fuck's sake. Now, at least don't look up, it's peak scumbag seagull time. At least that got a smile at me this morning, folks. Right, David and I will be back at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Right now I'm off to Motherwell. I'm going to Virgin Money, where I'm going to marry your hard-earned money and well-raised funds to another food bank to help our communities, and by fuck they're going to need it. And I mean they're needing it. In fact, I know from speaking to the people that were getting the money to this month, folks, they're fucking desperate for it. I see Agnes put a post in the Two Davies Facebook group thanking us for the money on behalf of Baby Bank Scotland. They're actually dealing with so many referrals a week, it's fucking mind-boggling. Okay. And the other food banks are telling me things are just as bad. And I see Stephen Bankier's about to be fucking fucked onto universal credit. Hey, Stephen. And I seen that in Reagan and Wheat's feed last night. Let's hope you can navigate the system, my friend. Let's hope you can navigate the system. Use a lot what after yourself. I'll see you in a couple of hours, where we'll talk about the big issues in Scotland, and I'll probably spend the rest of the time going through what it is Reeves has fucking done. And we'll talk about a couple of things that are going on outside these islands as well. Okay. I'll pull myself together and get my arse down the bank. Use a lot of after each other. Thanks for your kind generosity today, because every fucking shekel is going to count going forward, folks. There are so many more people who are going to require assistance, and the safety net's just no fucking there for them. I'll wait and